I want you all to not do something for me this morning. Now pay attention very closely, because whatever you do not think about a pink elephant. Now, you may be thinking, why would I tell you to not think about something and then present it right here in front of you? This is to prove a point, because I guarantee that you have a vivid image of a pink elephant in your mind right now. And odds are, it'll linger there long after I finish speaking. So that begs the question, why can your brain not follow up on the simple order to not think about something? This is due in part because our ability to focus is one of the most important and efficient functions your brain has. It has an extraordinary ability to concentrate, yet it deeply struggles when trying to shift away from that same focus. Now, it doesn't know the difference between positive and negative. It only knows the currency of attention and what you focus on. Now, our minds are truly remarkable at so many things, but if I were to give it a report card for ignoring thoughts, it'd probably get an E for effort and an F for following instructions. Now, the pink elephant is akin to you telling yourself to not check your latest social media notification when it dings, or you to not eat that irresistible sweet and sugary food at your family's get-together or your Toastmasters get-together. Now, this brings up a few important points. How can understanding how the brain works help us understand mental health better? And how does this translate into a pink elephant? In order to describe that fully to you all, I'll give a little bit of background into my story. I faced some huge battles with mental health that weighed me down like a big pink elephant. And I'm not going to lie to you all, my 20s were rough. Growing up as one of the only few Jewish kids in my country town, I always felt a little out of place. So to supplement for that void, I found myself trying to fit in whatever way possible. And how I did that was initially through sports in a positive way. However, when that no longer worked, I transitioned into drugs and alcohol. Now, in my 20s, I had to face everything from brain surgery, epileptic seizures, panic attacks, and debilitating anxiety. And the truth is that I had difficulty completing even basic sentences at that time. And this was before I knew about the powers of neuroplasticity, Toastmasters, and then the way that we focus and use our attention. Now, I had to study the brain like my life depended on it, because the truth is that at that time, it honestly did. And the interesting thing is I ran upon the concept of neuroplasticity. And in simple terms, that is our brain and nervous system's ability to rewire itself by forming new neural connections throughout our lifespan. It gives us our neurological and biological capacity to change, adapt, and heal. Now, our brain is perhaps the most complex thing that we know of in the universe. Composed of around 86 billion brain cells, and in each cell, it has the possibility for 10,000 connections to be made. It's kind of like the busiest airport that you can ever imagine, as if each person is a neuron making connections across every terminal. So our brains are not static, but dynamic, constantly changing and adapting. And the idea of neuroplasticity allowed me to have hope. Because at the time of my brain surgery 7.5 years ago, doctors told me that my brain was severely damaged and I needed to learn to live with it. But what it allowed me to do is neuroplasticity allowed me to pick up the pen and begin to rewrite my own story. And this is so important. What we focus on expands and multiplies. Every single thought we think and focus on creates a neural pattern within our brains. So be very careful about what you focus on, because if you become too fixated on the negative, it can be a difficult place to crawl out of. Now, can you all truly imagine what a world would look like without society being weighed down by the pink elephants of anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and addiction? Truly think about that. A world without that. And I believe this is all possible if we pay more attention to what we focus on. And I would like to give you all a little bit of hope, pensively so, maybe, that we can all begin to shift our focus. We can all begin to think new thoughts. We can all begin to help each other out, because I truly believe that we're all in this together. Each of us struggling with our own unique issues and pink elephants. But together we can shift our focus. Together we can make a different impact upon the world, and together we can all change our lives.